everyone. This is Wayne Rivers at the Family Business Institute. Thanks for tuning in. This week, I want to talk about the best leadership presentation I ever saw. Not so much in the last year, but in the prior years, I was speaking at and attending lots and lots of trade shows and conferences, mostly construction the last few years. But prior to that, I was going to all kinds of industry events, and they would always bring in these high-powered speakers, and some were wonderful, some were awful, some were adequate, But I was thinking about the best leadership presentation I ever saw, and I have to say it was presented by Mike Flentje, our guy at the Family Business Institute, in the context of boot camp. So don't forget about boot camp coming up this October. The 21st is a start date. So Mike does construction business leadership, and it's a 2-day course. There's one day early on in the series of classes, and then there's one later on towards the end of the course. And we don't have 2 days here, you'll be happy to know. So I just want to boil it down to one slide that Mike presents that I think captures the entire 2-day leadership course as well as anything else. So in a second, we'll put the slide up here. And if you want the slide sent to you via email, just put that in the comments, and we'll get you the slide so you can utilize it as well. Now, Mike makes a great point. You cannot motivate people. I believe in that 100%. You can't motivate people to do their jobs. They have to be self-motivated. You can, however, inspire and influence them. And Mike talks about discretionary effort, because everybody shows up at work every day prepared to deliver some amount of effort. It might be 50% of their best, or 32% of their best, or 79% of their best. But you want to get them up to 100%. So if it's 79%, there's 21% discretionary effort that you can inspire from other people. So Mike has a prescription for how you inspire other people. And the first thing is engagement. You've got to engage with your people. This means more than just talking about work and talking about what they need to do today and this week. There's more to a human relationship than just task after task after task, okay? Leadership by walking around is a great, extremely effective tool. Our own John Mays does this so well. I know it's a challenge for him because, like many of us, he's an introvert. But it's a great tool, and I know that in the boot camp, from the boot camp attendees, when they go back into their companies and they begin to practice leadership by walking around, it's kind of a revelation for them. They are able to build relationships and just check in with people, and it's such a simple technique. I can't believe that we don't all do it naturally, but we don't. So leadership by walking around. Recognition and challenges are key leadership tools. They're key engagement tools. People want to be recognized. It used to be, when I was a kid, you went to work, you showed up, you did your job, you kept your mouth shut, and you got your paycheck. Well, today's workers aren't like that. They want to know they're part of something bigger than themselves. They want to know that their personal mission, whether it's written or not, aligns somehow with the corporate mission. And so engagement comes down to often just recognition and appreciation. So one of our core values is appreciation. We start off our meetings every single week with appreciations. And, it gives you a chance to back up from the drive, and say, wait a minute, I really appreciate Neha helping me put together these videos. It just it starts your meeting in a much different way. But people want recognition and appreciation. Why shouldn't we give that to them? It's so easy to do. Construction is go, go, go all the time, but it's not so difficult to take a step back and appreciate your other folks. And then Mike talks about servant leadership. So he has you'll see in the graphic, this really neat timeline, so to speak. Leadership and engagement leads to inspiration, or as some leadership gurus would say, influence, which gets more of their discretionary effort delivered to the company, which leads to, guess what? Peak performance. So it's a terrific, if you take the whole boot camp, 2 days on leadership, and you put it into one place, I think Mike has done a terrific job of putting it into this slide. So I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. If you want the slide sent to you, just put it in the comments or email me, and we'll get that done. Thank you. This is Wayne Rivers at the Family Business Institute.